And welcome back. The military spokesperson for the M23 rebel group, Willy Ngoma, was killed in an army drone strike in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo on Tuesday. The attack happened near Rubaya in the North Kivu and came after several days of sustained drone attacks on the area by the Congolese army. Could this see an escalation in attacks in the region? Well, to talk more about this, we're joined by African Affairs analyst at Channel Africa, Nixon Katembo. Nixon, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. How significant is this development, the killing of the spokesperson, who is considered to be a senior leader of the M23?
I think it points to the several factors, Oliver and the viewers at home. One, the nature of the changing of military doctrine in terms of fighting wars. Not only on a terrain like the jungle terrain in eastern DRC and across the Great Lakes region, which have been known for fighting a guerrilla war tactics, but this time technology is intervening. Second, I think also the government responses in terms of conquering the territories rather than going to negotiations, and whether it will combine a military pressure with the negotiations that have been happening in Qatar. And thirdly, is exposing, I think, the bottlenecks that exist between what would be government forces and the rebel forces in this case, and the power of the state over the territorial control of the entire country. So the fourth is now, I think, the level of technology advancement that come into play when discussing or planning for military operations. And I think the fifth one will be then the response thereof of those involved. And I think that is very important. And these are really a time-changing situation for the rebels and for the Congolese government itself, including Rwanda, which have been accused for supporting the M23.
Does this signal an advancement by the Congolese in regaining control over North Kivu?
Wars are not fight that way, Oliver. Normally, there are several factors that lead to conquering or winning a war. Of course, Congolese government might drop these drones on and decapitate the leadership of the M23, but they have to be ground troops that hold control of the territory for that matter. So far, we haven't seen that coming in terms of a ground operation from the Congolese government. And I think that is a bottleneck that still exists on how the government in Kinshasa is going to deal with the issue. On the other hand, the M23 have been bolstering their support, including training new recruits, having much of the support from Rwanda, but also trainers coming from the Rwandan government, the Rwandan for defense forces. So both parties are likely to change the tactics. So we've seen before in the early war times of this war around 2024, we saw Rwanda, for example, deploying a surface-to-air missile countering the first drone acquisition of the Congolese armed forces, and some of them were jammed, some which were placed at the Kavumu airport in Bukavu before the capture of that city were rendered useless. It is remaining to be seen whether the Rwanda and the M23 are going to apply the same tactics, find a level of air superiority in terms of air defense systems that will conquer drone attacks from the Congolese governments.
Yeah. Just lastly, what do you expect the retaliation or response to be on part of the M23? Do they have the resources to sustain their defense on the continuous drone strikes carried out by Rwanda, by the Congolese rather?
I think that now will remain part of the military strategy on a part of the M23, but also on the Congolese government themselves. But remember, there is a diplomatic dynamics that have turned against the M23 and the Rwandan government by the signing of the deal between the Congolese government and the US, but also the deal that was signed between Rwanda and the Congo in Washington. And just recently, the Congolese government also signed a defense pact with the United States alongside the mineral deal. And I suspect that the US might be having a hand in assisting the Congolese government in terms of intelligence exchange, but also satellite coordinates in guiding these drones. Remember Eric Priest, the founder of Black Waters, which is an American company, a private military company that had notoriously intervened in many parts of the world in guiding American interests, is now hired by the Congolese government also to deal with the issue of the M23. So those are dynamics that really will dictate the balance of forces on the ground between the M23 and the Congolese government. But it remains up for the Congolese government to sustain the firepower of perhaps regaining territory, but also training the forces. I have spoken before about the need for security sector reform of the FRDC, and I think the Congolese government have to work on that along the diplomatic efforts that have been ongoing.
Interestingly, Eric Prince has long been defending and protecting mining assets in the Congo on behalf of private mining companies operating in that market. So he seems to know the area quite well and understand the dynamics there. Nixon, thank you so much for your time and your insights on this. Really do appreciate it. Nixon Katembo is the African Affairs Analyst at Channel Africa.